Hi, how's it going? So today I have my Gorey collection to show you guys. I looked him up on Wikipedia and it says that Gorey illustrated over 500 books for other authors and he wrote 116 books. So I have a very small collection and my collection is always in progress. I'm always looking for Gorey books at thrift stores. I've never found any at thrift stores, but like half-price books, I've found some, and then mostly I find them online. Introduction to him was as an illustrator, and I still feel I should pick this book first, because I would have never known about Gorey as an author if I wouldn't have discovered him as an illustrator. So I want to start with my very first book. Now, these are two books that I have, Donald and then Donald Has a Difficulty. So it's two from the same collection series. And so this is by Peter F. Neumeyer. And then the drawings are by Edward Gorey. So this is my very favorite book by Edward Gorey as an illustrator. It's just gorgeous. Like, the illustrations just totally draw you in. So this one, it's very old. It has a lot of like age, like discoloration on this book. This book was actually, like, the text is from 1969, but yeah, so this is a vintage copy of it. And basically, Donald and his mother are like out and about, and he sees this little white worm. At the bottom, they found what looked like a little white worm. Oh, Donald, said his mother. So basically, it's about Donald finding what happens with the little white worm. And it's kind of like, what the word I'm looking for. It's not for everyone. Probably wouldn't like this book because I don't want to like give it away. You can probably imagine what it is. It's But I call these picture books for adults. I'm not sure with this one in particular if it was written for children or adults, but I pretty much call them picture books for adults. I know like Edward Gorey definitely illustrated a lot of picture books for children, but I call them all that. And so the reason I like this one the best is because it's just very quirky. The illustrations are pretty much consistent with all of his work. So I think the illustrations are just as good in some of his other books, but I just really like it. And the illustrations are gorgeous. I even love the cover. So that's the first one. That I'm doing these in order. So that's number 1. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 12 total by Edward Gorey, either as writer or illustrator. This is the second one by Peter F. Neumeyer and Edward Gorey. This is Donald Has a Difficulty. And so it's like Donald has a mother who is both kind and resourceful. When Donald has a painful encounter with a tree, his mother knows just what to do. So this one is about him getting a splinter. This one it doesn't have like a weirdness or really like quirkiness to it like the first one, but it's kind of more, it's just like, what I really like about it, it's just like a simple topic about, getting a splinter, and, you have the same gorgeous illustrations as the first one, and it's just like, just simple. I like how she uses the art of distraction to tell him to think about other things while she's removing the splinter. It's just gets to the point, But I just included it as the second because it goes with my first one, which is my favorite first one. So, but I definitely prefer the other one better. So that's second. Okay. And then the third one is also a series that Edward Gorey illustrated for another author. And I realized that I really like kind of more of like a story. So like when you have more of a storyline or whatever. So Edward Gorey, he wrote a lot of books that are kind of more like, I don't know if you call them abstract, but just like not really necessarily like you had to have a story, just kind of visually stimulating or whatever. But these, I really like the storytelling element in them. And they just happen to be illustrated by Edward Gorey. So this is Florence Parry Heide. I'm not sure if I'm saying her name correctly, but she's a female author I discovered through researching Edward Gorey's work. I really like her, and I really feel that Edward Gorey worked with really, really, really interesting authors like the two I just showed you guys, and then a lot of other ones. So I really think that reflects on him as a person also. As far as like ranking his work for me, even though he didn't write the particular books, like his illustration added a lot to them, and he chose who he worked with very particularly, I think. Okay, so these 3 books are about Treehorn. So Treehorn is a little boy, and this one's called The Shrinking of Treehorn. This is my favorite one. This is the first one that I read, and basically Treehorn literally shrinks, and his parents, look at the mid-century modern design. His parent, that's what also I love about Eric Gorey's work. He has like a lot of mid-century modern design, you know, true to the era that like he grew up in and things like that, and like the books, the publication dates of the books and stuff like that, of course. Like this one was copyright 1971. Okay, so this is about a little boy named Treehorn who shrinks. And he's going through this crazy event of shrinking, and no one really seems to notice or care. And these kind of remind me of the character of Matilda, Treehorn, because like his parents are kind of awful and they're very self-centered. And it's just like the antics that go on alongside the Eric Gorey illustrations of like the people he meets, like characters who like just have all these like kind of horrible ways that they interact with him or see him or whatever, like almost like he's invisible. And that's the plot of like most of these 3 books, like just the way he's kind of like treated. And he's just very easygoing and like, but it's very interesting, very bizarre. I really loved it. That's my next one. Then the next one is Treehorn's Treasure. Treehorn finds a tree that, let's see. Let me make sure I'm not getting these mixed up. I get these mixed up. One of them, he finds a tree that has really special, okay, yeah, I said it right. So this one, he finds this tree that has, let's see, let me read the book jacket. I always don't want to give too much away, even if it's a picture book. Treehorn lives out of his closet where he keeps his comic books, baseball cards, bubble gum, and other needs. Money doesn't grow on trees, says his father. But sure enough, one day, Treehorn notices the leaves on a tree changing into dollar bills. He picks 26 and goes to the store to spend them on his favorite things. When he tries to share his discovery with others, he's ignored, but remains undaunted in this cleverly amusing story. Very amusing. Okay, yeah, so this one he's pretty much ignored, and the same premise as the first one. It's just very strange and very bizarre. It's like his parents, the way they treat him. It's very interesting. So this is Treehorn's wish. Let's see. He makes space for his presents because his birthday's coming up, and he hopes his parents will give him, new birthday presents. And he finds an old jug in his backyard that has a genie in it. He makes 3 simple wishes, which are granted. After several lectures from his father and a hilarious trip to the department store with his mother, he opens his solitary present and responds only as Treehorn could. So again, it's like his birthday, and he meets his genie. And then again, it's like his parents are horrible and the way they treat him. And like, it's just, yeah, very interesting. Like he's not even there. Okay, that's next. Okay, now we're getting into the ones written and illustrated by Eric Gorey. So this is my favorite one that he wrote and illustrated. This is The Evil Garden. And this one I definitely very much think is for adults. It is literally about a happy, naive family who enters an evil garden. They're excited because it's like free admission, and they want to spend a sunny afternoon there. And then they realize their mistake as harrowing sounds and evidence of foul play emerge. So definitely there is foul play, and I don't want to give too much away, but it's really what I find interesting is like it's just like they're hoping to have like this fun little family outing, and it just is not that. And that's how Eric Gorey is. Like he's just like, he takes the fun right out of stuff. Like he's very dark, and this one's definitely dark. Some tiny creature mad with wrath is coming nearer on the path. So it's like ominous. A foot inside a striped sock protrudes from underneath a rock. So my daughter's 11, and she definitely read these. I don't think it's like, it just, I think pretty much all of his books, I think I pretty much read that he wrote for adults, but I'm not sure, because I'm definitely not an Eric Gorey scholar. I don't know, but I definitely call them, this one's definitely a picture book for adults. This is A Doubtful Guess by Edward Gorey. So this one's not scary. It's on the quirky side. I think his books are more, they kind of have like the dark humor, and then like some of them are like more the quirky humor. This one's definitely quirky, and written and illustrated by Edward Gorey. So this one is about a weird little creature that is these people, like he's their guest, and they, like he's kind of like that annoying guest that you're like, when's he gonna leave? What's going on? What is he doing? It's very strange. And they just let him be. It joined them at breakfast and presently ate all the syrup and toast and a part of a plate. So things like that, like it just does whatever it wants. What is that reminding me of? It reminded me of like a movie with like a guest that was really annoying. I mean, there's plenty of them, TV shows and movies, but I can't think of the one exactly I'm thinking of. They have that movie, What About Bob? But that's not really like he's in their house, but, where he sees like a psychologist or a psychiatrist, and then he follows them on their family vacation. That's not really, I don't know why I thought that. But anyway, so that's what it's about, and that's like not my second in the whole number, but out of the ones he illustrated, but I'm still going in order, you guys. Okay, so my next favorite, bad pronouncing stuff, Gashly Crumb Tinies by Edward Gorey. So this one is actually like an alphabet book of bad things that happen with every letter. So A is for Amy, who fell down the stairs. B is for Basil, assaulted by bears. I said this in one of my previous videos, but I thought it was kind of funny that I was reading reviews for this book on Amazon before I purchased it, because actually a lot of his books are still in publication and you can buy them new. I actually bought this one, I believe, new, and a couple of them, but some of them, I believe, a lot of them, I mean, he wrote a lot, or like out of print, or like you can find them easily or used, but some you can still find new. I'm gonna link the ones I can for you. I thought it was really funny. I was reading the reviews for this one before I bought it, and someone said that they taught their child the alphabet with this book. I thought that was really funny, but yeah, I would definitely call this one like a book for adults. I would say, I think, yeah, it's kind of more on the darker side of all the things that happen with the alphabet. Okay. This one is The Blue Aspic by Edward Gorey. This one has a really beautiful cover. And this one is it's about an undiscovered opera understudy whose lucky break results from the mysterious murder of their reigning diva. Upon hearing her sing, Jasper Ankle becomes her deepest admirer, undaunted by weather and poverty and his quest to hear her sing. As her star rises, Jasper sinks further into despair until performer and fan collide in true Edward Gorey fashion. So yeah, this one's about this like obsessive fan, and so this one has like a storyline to it, and it's also on the darker side. I would definitely say it's for adults. The illustrations are gorgeous. So it says, Jasper went without lunch 3 days running to buy her recording. Sorry, I cannot pronounce. I don't know if it's like Italian or... So like he's like literally starving himself and living in poverty just so he can like, want to like buy a ticket to go see her. It's sad, Okay, you guys, so now continuing now. The last three are my least favorite, and then I have one bonus book to show you guys from the other author that he worked with. But basically, the last three are my least favorite. And a lot of times when I order Edward Gorey books online, I don't preview them. I just might read what it's about and then kind of order it, or like find it at a used bookstore. I'm just like excited. Usually at a used bookstore, okay, I'll preview it, but I don't like find that very often. Maybe twice at Half Price Books in Austin. But these three, they kind of went over my head in the sense that they were just like more open-ended and just like a little bit more abstract, and like the storyline I didn't personally connect with, and I just didn't really, they just didn't do it for me. So this one, I don't know how to pronounce this. This is Epiplectic bicycle. So this one is another one. It's on the darker side. It has like a prologue and then chapters that skip. It kind of plays with time, like timelines, and like just like the absence of like literal time or time travel, or just kind of like, it's very, I don't know, kind of, it's like David Lynch-ish or something like vibes. Okay, so basically this one is about these like siblings who go on this bike, the bike that's in the title, and this bike is very strange. So they find a large bird perched, and it says, who muttered as they went by, beware of this and that. And it has like chapters. It says like chapters that skip, and it shows you, it's brilliant in the sense that it's in the mind of Eric Gorey, that like, who would include chapters in like a teeny tiny picture book when it's like, he does it, like he plays around with the format, and like he's very unique. And so yeah, it's good in that sense, but I compare it to the other ones that have kind of like a little bit more literal storylines, or like the ABC one. These I just didn't really connect with that much. And what I like about his work, though, even the books like the last three, is that even though I don't really connect with them, they're fun to go back to and to like reread, and to be like, okay, maybe I'll get more out of it. It's almost like just finding little like secret messages in them or something. I don't know, like it's just like, yeah. So this one, like I said, it's about these two kids, and they're on this bike, this weird bike, and it's just like different things happen, and yeah. And then the next one is the Willowdale hand car, or the Return of the Black Doll. So I am not too familiar with his books about the Black Doll. I don't know if he has more about the Black Doll. I'm not even sure the significance of the Black Doll compared to the title, like the Willowdale hand car. But the Black Doll is kind of like, where's Waldo? Like, I was kind of like, what? Like, I thought it would have more about the Black Doll. And it was more about these people. One summer afternoon in Willowdale, Edna, Harry, and Sam wandered down to the railroad station to see if anything was doing. It's about these people that ride this hand car into nothing or something. Like, it's very strange. And like, also it reminds me a lot of this one, because it kind of fools around with time and timelines, and it's just like, I think a lot of people could, just like looking at a painting or hearing certain music, I think it's just like true art. Like, a lot of people will interpret it a different way and stuff like that. And maybe I'm looking too much into it, but I don't know. It's just, and then there's like, I was looking for the Black Doll. I was like, where is this little Black Doll? They have like, I think one page, and then I think it's like one illustration with the Black Doll, but they don't really reference the Black Doll. So I don't know what the thing is about the Black Doll, because I haven't really read. This is just from my collection. I really didn't research it, because like I said, definitely not an Edward Gorey scholar. I'm just a fan. So the Black Doll is here. That's one of the illustrations. But it's just also weird. And I think it kind of has like an open-ended ending, kind of like this one. Okay, so the last one that I included, that before I show you guys the other bonus one. Okay, so this one is like a interpretation or whatever of A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. So I love Dickens. Great Expectations is my favorite by Dickens. A Christmas Carol, honestly, like, it's not like, I like it. I don't like adore it or anything, but like, a lot of people have seen or read like interpretations or like loose adaptations of A Christmas Carol. So I bought this, the Haunted Tea Cozy, a dispirited, distasteful diversion for Christmas, thinking, oh, this would be fun to like include in my Christmas book rotation, because like I like reading like Christmas books and stuff like that. But no, it wasn't. It ended up, that's why I think it's a big disappointment for me, because I just did not connect with it at all. Like, his vocabulary is insane. Like, he's just phenomenal at like including all these sophisticated words and things like that. And this one, I just didn't connect with the story, even though it's an adaptation of the Christmas Carol interpretation, whatever. I didn't really like it. Just, I don't know. The words he chose and the way it was written, it wasn't, like it wasn't like it was kind of a little, I don't even know how to explain it. The words he used, the storyline, I felt like it was just kind of like all over the place. So yeah, I'm really just not for this one. This one's not for me. But let me show you guys the last one. I made it my goal. I was like, when I get at least 10 Edward Gorey books, I'm going to do a video. So if I get 10 more, which like I said, you guys, I'm always collecting them. He has over 116 according to Wikipedia. So when I find 10 more, I'll do a second video. So thank you guys for watching. I love that other people love Edward Gorey, because I find that some people, a lot of people that love him, like really, really love him. Then a lot of people I find aren't familiar with his work at all. He's kind of not well known for some reason, it seems like. Like my library has nothing by him. The only thing they have by him is like a Edward Gorey picture book that someone made about him. But yeah, so this one is A Problem with Pulsifer by Florence, Parry, Heide, and then pictures by Judy Glasser. So this one is not by Edward Gorey at all. And that's why I included it last and I didn't rank it, because I just wanted to show you guys, though, the fun thing about Edward Gorey, and when you are into his work, is you discover other authors. And this is by the same author who did the Treehorn series. I'm just including it because I'm going to call it's by a friend of Edward Gorey. He had nothing to do with this book, but I find that her brain, like the way she writes, the way she comes up with stories, similar to Peter Neumeyer and Edward Gorey. I feel like they're all very similar. So if you like Edward Gorey, you'll probably like her, and even though I introduced her with Treehorn. So basically, this one also reminds me of Matilda. A lot of these have Matilda vibes, because it's about a kid named Pulsifer who, his family and his whole community only want to watch TV. They only watch TV. They don't read books. They don't want him to read books, and he just wants to read. And he goes to this, like, his teacher's crazy, his principal's crazy, the psychologist he goes to is crazy, his parents are crazy, like crazy mad. It's like this mad world of insanity and obsession with TV. It reminds me of Matilda's parents. Again, you know, Matilda, I think, like, she really, I don't know if she was influenced by Matilda, you know, by Roald Dahl, but I definitely see the influence, or maybe I don't know, but I definitely see the connection, But yeah, so I just wanted to show you guys that this book is interesting. Yeah, and then she also has quite a few other books. Actually, my library they didn't have any of the Treehorn, but they had a few other books by her. I did check those out. They weren't books that I thought like were as weird or nothing like that, so I didn't include them, and I don't own them. But yeah, so that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. I'd love if you liked this video, if you found it interesting, and thanks to everyone who does like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much. Bye.